You don't have to rush it. People always think that they have to rush, that when they buy that it should go up the very moment that they enter and start to position, but it always doesn't happen that way. Sometimes, especially when the market is bear, there's a trade-off for you having the ability to buy them cheaper, and the trade-off is, since they're cheaper, people are scared, it's bearish, you may need to wait. We've seen the US stock market drop massively. It's not enough that we've seen it go down over and over the past few weeks and months, but it's down once again, and the culprit is still the same. Inflation, as broadcasted, is still something that's very high. So please do notice that there are now talks that the US economy is going through a hard landing, and please do notice that the Fed has been creating massive amounts of efforts in order to bring these inflation numbers down. They don't care if they hit the economy, they don't care if the economy has to hit some bruises and burns also just for them to be able to fix this, but that's the entire narrative into all of this. And please do note also, from the videos that I created, I've mentioned that in order for the Fed to be able to beat inflation, their goal is to raise interest rates, even if it sacrifices the US economy, even if asset prices have to hit a tumble. So it's one of the biggest difference that we're seeing right now, is that as inflation is higher, the Fed will just combat it by raising interest rates. As they combat it by raising interest rates, the stock market will be hit, and as the stock market will be hit, also the crypto market will be hit. There's not a lot of free money going around, there's not a lot of liquidity that's moving as compared to other segments before, and that will hamper money moving into the stock market and the crypto market as well. Now, how should that impact you as an investor? What should you actually do while all of this is going on, and what should be your style, what should be your entire narrative? A lot of people have been begging that this will be for quite some time. Regardless of how the Fed responds to this by increasing interest rates, it will hit the US economy quite hard. It will hit the markets also quite a bit. Now, that being said, that shouldn't startle you. Why? Because drops like this, especially if your time horizon is long, in times of depression, it's in times when things are scary, that's when you can actually make the most profit, because you get to buy asset prices that are relatively cheaper, that you get positioned into things that a lot of people don't want to get into. When everyone's scared, when there's a lot of uncertainty, people don't want to invest. When everyone's scared and they don't want to invest, prices drop, and when prices drop, you have the opportunity to be able to stack. You have the opportunity to be able to get things at a much cheaper price. What you need to deploy is, number one, is patience, to actually wait it out, because as every economic cycle is, what's down will eventually go up, and it's the patience to actually not do anything, not to panic, not to be scared, but to stay true to what you set forth according to your strategy. So regardless if it was stacking Bitcoin or Ethereum or Apple or Microsoft or Facebook or anything else in between that you have taken the time to actually study, it's the patience to know that the good ones will rebound, especially if you're buying index funds. Please do remember this, that index funds, especially if you're tracking S&P 500, it's normal for them to go down because, as what I've mentioned, it's cyclical, but they always bounce back higher than they were before. So you have to take opportunities like this as an area for you to be able to spot them, buy cheap, accumulate, stack, and have the ability to be able to deploy patience and just wait. You don't have to rush it. People always think that they have to rush, that when they buy that it should go up the very moment that they enter and start to position, but it always doesn't happen that way. Sometimes, especially when the market is bear, there's a trade-off for you having the ability to buy them cheaper, and the trade-off is, since they're cheaper, people are scared, it's bearish, you may need to wait. But in that waiting also, you now have the ability to be able to get them at incredibly low prices that you would never ever get. So the longer it stays lower, the more chances you have, especially if you're a salaried employee, especially if you are a person that's getting income on a regular basis, or you are earning from the businesses and you're getting revenue from those businesses on a regular basis. You have an opportunity to use portions of that to be able to stack and buy low and accumulate and accumulate and accumulate and accumulate and accumulate, and to get as much as you can as prices are low. I've been saying this all the time, but it's important. It's a skill that a lot of people don't talk about, especially when it comes to investing, that if they don't focus on the ability to be patient, no matter how much knowledge you have in fundamentals, it won't really help you, but you need to be patient. Number two I want to focus on and just say is, this will test your conviction, and it will test also the knowledge that you've spent, the time that you've spent to learn a particular stock or crypto that you're actually buying. It will just go back to that. If you feel uneasy today, that means maybe you need to reposition some portions of your portfolio, some positions in the stock market or in the crypto market, where as you start looking at them, maybe you don't really have high conviction towards them. So it may mean that, do I need to study more of this so that I have conviction so that I will know if this is still worth holding or not. Or on the flip side, if upon studying you don't have firm conviction towards this particular stock or crypto, then it may actually mean that maybe it's time for me to actually sell this and reposition and just buy the ones that have been good. And that's what I've done also to certain crypto positions, that it's been about allocating more into the projects that I believe in, allocating more to the coins and tokens that I believe in, and putting in more also to the stocks that I actually believe in. Because in times like this, it will stay very, very true that you have to invest in projects that you know will be there, not just for the next 2 months, not just when there's a frenzy, not just because when everything is bullish, but what will be relevant over the next 5 years, what will be relevant over the next 10 years. Because when you have the ability to be able to do that, you won't be scared if prices drop. You won't be scared if this bear market even lingers. You won't be scared if the Fed keeps on increasing interest rates, and as they continue to increase interest rates to fight inflation, it hits the market. But if your timeline is long, you have patience, and you have conviction, then I'm not saying that you don't have to worry, but what I'm saying is that it will put you in a better position when the markets will turn. It's not a question whether the market will turn. It's not a question whether it will reverse. It's only a question of when, and it's what you're doing at this particular time that will determine how profitable you will be and how good things will be over and over and over. Drops like this happen on a regular basis. This is cyclical. This will also end. And you use portions like this, if you're a long-term investor, to be able to stack, to be able to build life-changing volume, to be able to build a base that when things reverse, it will be so significant already because you stacked during the bear, because you stacked when everything was scary, because you stacked when everyone did want to invest, because you did what you did, you put in the work, you spent a lot of time to be able to add and to build the base as well. If you're young and you're trying to develop also that skill, use this time already, use this bear market, so that when things get...
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. So when things get better later on, you already have a plan, but not just that, you already have the experience, and you already have the ability to be able to let your money work hard. And you already have the skill set also that when this happens again, 10 years, 15, 20 years from now, you've already built something that will allow you to also leverage that time. That's why, one of the reasons why I'm not so scared right now, I've seen this. Maybe a different form, maybe a different shape. The 2008 crisis may be different. 2013, 2014, 2015 may be also different. The COVID crash may be also different. But those are events that bring markets down. And your goal is to identify those things, those cycles, because there will always be opportunities when drops like that would happen. I hope that this was something that encouraged you, but I just want to say this over and over. Be patient, have conviction, and use this time to build the base and to actually get better with your investments, because that's the name of the game, and that's what you can actually do to make your money work hard. Please do remember, in the world of investing, it's not just about putting your money, letting it go, but it's all about also building as much skill as possible, because it's your skill and it's your experience that will allow you to make your money work hard for you. So that's it. Am I worried about a crash, about things getting lower? Is it something that will allow me to lose sleep? Not really, because at the end of the day, when you take the time to study, when you take the time to learn, and you build life-changing volume when things are down, and you stack when people are scared, that's what will allow you over the next few years to become a bigger and better investor. If you want to know more about me, all of the videos that I created, it's down below as well. I've written books about investing. I've also have seminars that are online that you can watch wherever you are in the world. If you want to know more about that, links are in the description below. If you stayed up until the end, like, share, subscribe, and smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing. So that's it for now. Marvingermo. I hope this video helps you trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, and God bless you all.